Do you know who this woman is?
No.
I have no idea, no.
Nope.
I have no idea, no.
No, I do not.
Do you have any idea of maybe something that she accomplished that got her a statue?
Something with equal rights? I don't know.
Something to do with like the Black community.
Part of the BLM movement?
What if I told you she accomplished nothing?
Really?
It's supposed to embody everybody. Does that make sense to you?
No.
I think I feel totally represented by that.
You do?
No.
Nick Driver podcast, because someone's got to say it. Now smooch my hiney with your lips if you disagree, you narcissistic crackhead.
What is up, everybody? Gather around while we dive into the latest artistic endeavor in New York City. This towering statue of a fictional Black woman in contemporary attire, standing comfortably amongst the hustle and bustle of New York City. The artist of this piece is Thomas J. Price, and he states that he aims to challenge the notions of identity and representation. That's right, guys. So this is not just about art. It's actually a statement as well. This statue is placed between George Cohen and Patrick Duffy, two prominent white males in American society history, installed to describe it as a stark contrast to its surrounding statues. Let's see what the people think about it. Let's get it.
Democrats have been on a statue jihad since the summer of love. Christopher Columbus, Teddy Roosevelt, George Washington, even Honest Abe, even Frederick Douglass all got torn down.
Right.
Statues are important. They tell the American story. But the left wants to desecrate and forget our heroes and erect their own statues. In Times Square, a giant statue of a Black woman just went up. And when I heard about the statue, I was open-minded. American heroes come in all shapes and sizes.
Facts.
Who is this woman? What did she do to get a statue? A nice one, too. Nothing. This isn't a real person. It's a DEI statue. The sculptor says she's a fictional character who's meant to contrast the statues of white men in Times Square, like Father Duffy, a World War I hero who actually accomplished something. The artist calls this fake lady a modern-day David. The contrapposto pose of her body and the ease of her stance is a subtle nod to Michelangelo's David. David was a celebration of the human form. Not sure what this statue is celebrating. If you were going to put up a fake statue, why not make her happy and healthy? Not slap a big scowl on her face and her hands on her hips. This is what they want us to aspire to be? If you work hard, you can be overweight and anonymous? They don't like real statues because it reminds them of our society's merit-based system. They want a society based on equity, where achievement isn't celebrated.
Yeah, it's probably true.
Equal outcomes are.
And you're anonymous.
So they celebrate mediocrity instead of triumph. Our nation has hundreds of statues honoring Black Americans, as we should. Harriet Tubman.
Facts.
Duke Ellington.
Yep.
Jackie Robinson.
Yep.
Rosa Parks. We could go on and on and on. But they've built a statue in Times Square. They could have done it for Michelle Obama or Kamala Harris or Oprah Winfrey.
Sure.
Usually you have to earn a statue. I'd give one to Jalen Brunson. He's carrying the Knicks on his back. Anyone but a fake lady. So what does New York think about the DEI statue?
All right, guys, if you are enjoying this video, please like, comment, subscribe to this channel, and ring that notification bell. And you'll be notified of all my upcoming video releases. Guys, what are you guys thinking so far about the DEI statue in downtown New York? There's a lot of people giving different takes on this. You know, it is a nice looking statue. It is the first time I have personally seen a DEI statue. I don't completely understand it. You know, normally they do give statues to people that have achieved certain things, certain merits, certain accomplishments in life. There's loads of people that could have a statue, as opposed to there being someone that's just an anonymous. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me personally. But then again, you guys might have a different take towards this. You know, while some people are kind of applauding this as a step towards inclusivity and representation. You know, a lot of other people are questioning the underlying message here. You know, is this art, or is this like a manifestation of, you know, the ever persuasive DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion initiative infiltrating every facet of society? I don't know, guys. Let's get back into the video.
Do you know who this woman is?
No.
I have no idea. No.
Nope.
I have no idea. No.
No, I do not.
Do you have any idea of maybe something that she accomplished that got her a statue?
Something with equal rights? I don't know.
Something to do with like the Black community.
Part of the BLM movement.
What if I told you she accomplished nothing?
Really?
It's supposed to embody everybody. Does that make sense to you?
Looks real angry.
No.
I think I feel totally represented by that.
You do?
No.
I feel like it's a good representation for New York, especially because it's towards the BBW women and a lot
I'm
of
sorry,
people,
what's BBW?
big black, like the big black women.
Yeah, that's crazy. You know, so now we're giving out statues for people that are, you know, just overweight and skin color and overweight. That's crazy. You know, the other statue that they have put her in place with, one of them is actually a World War I, you know, very important figure. Both of those other statues are you know, they achieved things, you know. So the idea of this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy to me. Bonkers.
What do you think about her pose? Is that a good pose?
No, I don't think she's happy to be here.
She's not.
Michelangelo's David. How do you think it stacks up?
She's wearing more clothes.
She's not naked. No.
Would it be better if she were?
That's a tough question.
Who do you think she voted for?
I would say Trump. I think she voted for Trump.
Probably Kamala.
Why do you think that?
Black Lives Matter.
Probably didn't vote
Why?
because she's stuck here the whole day. She couldn't get to the polls.
How does she make you feel?
Like a baddie.
What a beautiful piece standing in the middle of Times Square. What a beautiful time.
Jimmy Fail is the host of Fox News Saturday Night.
There it is.
Have you checked this statue out?
I have watched it. It is not quite Michelangelo's David. It's more like Michelangelo's Lizzo, if we're going to be honest. And when I say Michelangelo, I mean the migrant dressed as the Ninja Turtle, Michelangelo.
Oh, that Michelangelo.
That's hanging out in Times
The
Square.
one that my son plays with.
Amen. Everything wrong with liberals is they're into slacktivism over activism, meaning this is supposed to be outreach to the minority community, changing a statue. But you don't improve test scores or lower crime by changing what a pigeon goes potty on in the park. Because that's ultimately what a statue, that's its impact on society, is it's a restroom for things that fly. But you understand, it's called, I love this. I looked at the placard. It's called Grounded in the Stars. That's what this is supposed to mean.
What does that mean?
Well, it's a fancy way of saying you're grounded in weed and bum pee, because what is in Times Square right now? And if you wanted to make a statue that memorialized the women of Times Square, it would be a hooker with an Adam's apple. Let's be honest. This is embarrassing.
It's insulting because
Of
there's
course
so
it
many
is.
other great statues you could put up: black, white, skinny, obese. It doesn't matter. It's
Yes.
about the accomplishment, not what they look like. It's just an identity politics statue.
It's total scam. Think about this. DC has a statue of Marion Barry. He was elected mayor twice. Now, the statue does have a crack in it. Hey, there it is. And you know how you mentioned maybe we should make one for Michelle Obama? That is actually a no, because she would complain forever. Would you want to be that sculptor? Yo, she is the Meghan Markle of politics. She complained about everything. But the point is, there are people to honor, and there's really one point. When you tear down statues, what people don't get is, yes, those folks didn't share our values. But the reason our values evolved is because of those folks. They were the best people in the world at the time who moved the ball forward on behalf of this country.
All right, guys, you guys let me know in the comments what you guys are actually thinking about Grounded in the Stars. One thing I will say is the artist, Thomas J. Price, you know, he actually did a great job. The actually aesthetic of it looks really good. You know, they should have got him to do the actual D. Wade statue. I don't know if you guys remember that podcast I did on the D. Wade statue, or if you guys saw that actual video, the news clip that came out regarding D. Wade statue in Miami. Freaking hilarious. But I will give it to him. It does look very nice. 12-foot bronze statue, and it is titled Grounded in the Stars. And yeah, guys, you know, again, you guys let me know in the comments what you actually think about this. You know, one can't help but wonder, you know, when it comes to our quest to diversify and represent, are we veering into the realm of performative art, or are we celebrating genuine achievements? You know, are we crafting narratives to fit a particular mood? You know, and you know, as always, guys, this podcast, we leave it to you, my discerning listeners, to ponder and decide. Is grounded in the stars a beacon of progress or a symbol of the times we are navigating?
Guys,
you watch it on air with Nick Joppa podcast. Please like, comment, subscribe to the channel, ring that notification bell. And as always, guys, have a blessed and beautiful and wonderful day. Take care.